Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the comedy extravaganza that is The Adventures of E. Strap yourselves in because in this podcast we dive into hilarious personal stories, mishaps, and everyday life. From the awkward encounters at the grocery store to trying to adult in a world that seems determined to trip us up at every turn. So whether you're listening during your commute or just kicking back with a cup of coffee, get ready to laugh until your sides hurt. Here's your host, Elissa. Hey everybody, Jason here. Wanted to say thank you for tuning in, joining us. This is actually going to be a little bit of a special episode setup. We are actually breaking this into two parts just because it went a little bit longer than anticipated, but you know what? You can't rush perfection. So here comes part one. Enjoy. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us this time around for episode 2 of The Adventures of E.
Elissa. I am real sing-songy the past couple of days. Also, I haven't slept and I worked 24 hours.
Awkward. Okay. Anyways, so we have a very good friend joining us this evening, a Mr. Jeremiah Miller.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Oh, he didn't even know it. Never mind. And you're old. You are.
I do know what I do.
You're older than me. I thought you were supposed to know it.
Hello, everybody.
that was just a smidgen awkward. But we'll leave that alone.
I feel like that's this whole episode, yo. Look at the cast.
Yeah, it's awkward. Interesting part is over the time that we've all known each other as like kind of a family unit and whatnot, like when we initially met, it was like, hey, we're friends, cool. But then we've essentially turned into family for all intents and purposes. Oh, yeah.
And then to make it worse, we became neighbors by accident.
Yeah.
And we sandwich our terrible neighbors by the two white trash families, which is us and you guys.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like they're regretting that retirement plan. But anyway.
That happens. So, but you've got 6 little wee ones running around.
Technically 4, because I do have...
The 2 are adults.
2 are 19. They're about to be 20.
Well, just age doesn't necessarily mean they're adults, honey.
Oh, that is true. That is fair. I think they would agree with that also.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I don't think they would disagree at all.
Yeah, 6. The twins are 19, about to be 20, and then down to 7. And everything in between.
It's terrible.
Yeah, you are a much stronger man than I. Much stronger.
Same. I mean, if I was a man.
Stronger or just okay with insanity?
Could be any of the above.
Well, insanity is the definition of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I'm just saying you stepped into that one.
And you did this shit 5 times.
Yeah, because the ones are twins. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to repeat.
I mean, you should know. I mean, the people listening don't necessarily know, but you should know that it's 5 times and there's twins. I mean, we've known him.
No, I do. Never mind. That's not what I said. Anyway.
Okay. Love you, honey. Mm-hmm. So on episode 2, we're going to run through some different things and talk about some different stuff, day-to-day life. We definitely have some very ridiculous stories. So, Jeremiah, since you're joining us, there's multiple reasons why we wanted you to join us. And the biggest reason is the story of how we met and the things that transpired.
Time out. I was thinking about this earlier when you told me what you were going to ask him.
Uh-huh.
It's not what you think it is, because that what you wanted me to finally skip to.
Oh yeah, that was
in June. So it's not the story you think it is.
I don't know.
No, it was Mom's birthday. It was in June. I remember. Remember? Because it happened in October.
Yeah.
We met them in January.
Yeah, around Christmas. Okay, so it was a little bit later, but either way, I mean.
Anyway, I'm just letting you know that it's
technicalities.
Not the one.
But either way, this is kind of a 2-part where we initially met, and the reasons behind us meeting. I mean, we were neighbors before we even met.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was really the big thing is like how that started. So I will let my lovely wife, Elissa, give this story a go.
I don't know what it is. I don't remember.
Oh, the first meeting?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I thought it was the night we got back from Panama City Beach.
Uh-huh. And Mom was dating someone.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So she invited him over. He thought it was a joke because
Right.
our address was right next to theirs.
Yeah.
But nothing happened that night.
I know. That's the 2 part.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it was, from my side, it was weird because I thought my dad was going to be coming over to my house at some point, and I...
And his Life 360 showed him on your
Yeah.
house, and you didn't know anybody in this
I'm like,
neighborhood.
I don't see his vehicle. What's going on?
And then you start
Right.
calling him, and you walk over in your
He's
hideous pajamas.
He's like, hey, I'm outside your house. I'm like,
Sorry, guys.
I'm in my driveway, dude. I don't see you. He's like, well, come out of your driveway and turn right. And then he directed me to your front door.
Mm-hmm.
And then in my awesome pajamas is when I first met you guys. He's like, come on in. Like,
yeah, and we're like, oh, come on in.
Weren't they like Pac-Man pajamas or something like that?
They were bright color. They're black with bright colors on them. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Why, I don't know. And a red sweatshirt because I thought, this man's color's not red.
Yeah. Walked over. It was cold. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. So on my side here, I'm walking in. My dad's like, oh, this is where my girlfriend lives. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Like, so I walk in and I see everybody. I'm like,
Yeah, because your sister was
Hi.
here. And
Yeah,
your wife
she-
was already here too,
Yeah.
remember?
no,
Yeah.
wife was not here yet.
That's
Oh,
right.
no.
She came later. She came later
Because she called me and asked me where the hell I was at because it shows
her
me at
Life
the house.
360 showed you
Yeah,
there. I gotcha.
yeah.
I forgot.
And then
I forgot.
I did the same thing that Dad did to me. I said, come out the driveway and come
Yep,
out of the house.
yep.
And she's like, why am I at these weird people's house? I don't know these people.
We were the weird people.
yeah.
We were the weird people.
right.
When have we not been the weird
Well,
people?
that's
though?
accurate, but around here, it's funny that we're the weird people.
Yeah.
What was even more funny though is you guys didn't get to see her face when I opened the door and told her to come into this stranger's house. And she's like, do you know these people? I'm like, just come in here.
I think it might have been on the ring cam.
So-
it might have been there. I may have that saved.
So
I think we were starting to sing, we've got friends in crawl spaces. No, that was terrible. I'm really sorry that happened.
It's performance anxiety. It's all right.
It's okay.
So continue on. All right. So
but from that, as soon as I got to the table, I mean, you guys know me by now. I came in and was like, oh, sweet, new family,
Yeah.
awesome.
We're talking about a literal table, though, like sitting at
Yeah.
a dining room table.
yeah, we were just all hanging out around the table, and then it just kind of turned into like one person joined the group, and then 2 people joined the group,
Yep.
And then hours
3
go
people
by.
joined the group, and
some
yeah,
of the
I mean
kids
we had
came over.
just finished driving back 12, 13 hours from Panama City,
Mm-hmm.
and like we're exhausted. I'm tired, because I'd primarily done the driving. We get home and we meet and all this other stuff, and I think it's even the first time we were meeting your dad.
It was.
Yes.
So it was just like this culmination, and then he tagged your sister along, which we met her for the very first time at that point in time, and then you came over, and then your wife came over, and then hell, I even think 1 or 2 of your kids came over at one point in time.
I'm pretty sure at least one of the twins came over.
Yeah. So it just kind of turned into this massive like family block party in our fucking kitchen. So it devolved into some ridiculousness, which has carried on these past couple of years.
Yeah.
I do remember you guys left. In all fairness, it had been hours later. We had made this drive, and I looked at him and I was like, thank God. They're gone. I'm so tired.
It's time to go to bed.
I know, I gotta go to sleep now. But no, I want to skip forward to the next, like, real big meeting we had, and we met your other twin sister who lives out of state.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm so
Twins
sorry.
running the family, clearly.
Which this was without me, correct? This is the one you're talking about?
Yes, because I think you were at work, weren't you?
This was it was like a holiday
It was
or something.
Easter.
Yeah, it was Easter.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, you weren't there. I was. Let me tell you how it went.
Well, let's first. I got to set the stage here so
Okay.
everybody understands, because we have to paint this visual picture for everybody. So we're going to your dad's house, and his house is not big, but it's not small. I mean, it's a normal size house, but you have a very large family, an extended family, an extended family,
and lots of furniture.
Yeah, lots of furniture. I mean, all the things.
It was
right?
not overwhelming at all. That was sarcastic.
No. Maximalist decorations for sure. But anyways,
Yes.
so we get into the house and we're thinking, okay, there'll be a few family members, that kind of thing. Oh no, there's like 37 children running around, 12 aunts and uncles. So the house is packed. So what seems like a normal sized house all of a sudden turns into a 1-bedroom studio in fucking New York City.
Well,
it's tiny.
And then time out to make matters worse, I had worked a 12-hour night shift, and I was rolling off no sleep. Mm-hmm. And we hadn't been to your grandparents yet.
No.
Okay, never mind. I backed
we
up.
didn't even do that.
No, we didn't do that. So anyway, we roll up. I'm on no sleep. So first of all, for anybody who does maybe know me out there and doesn't, I don't have a filter. And when I don't sleep, I really have zero filter. So we roll up, we walk in, and I'm immediately smothered with family. And I can't breathe.
But we should also probably point out that you are not a hugger.
Oh, yeah. That's a weird...
Or not used to or care to be shoulder to shoulder to a lot of people in a small area.
I like my bubble.
Yeah.
And I'm not big on touch. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I just get real awkward. Imagine that. And the hands...
Don't fucking touch me.
And the hands come up and I'm just like, I can't. So this entire family of 100 people, that was an exaggeration, but want to make a line like a funeral and hug me, and I'm not here for it. I hadn't taken my Xanax.
Well, and another thing too, I mean, this was kind of in the height of like COVID and all this other stuff.
Right at the end, yeah.
Yeah, so, and you work in the healthcare industry, so it's like, I just came off shift, I'm just, all this other stuff, and it's like, okay, we have a COVID cesspool here. Like, somebody's getting sick today. It's happening. It's going down.
But let's be honest, at that point, I had already had it so bad.
Right.
Which, that's another day. I wasn't necessarily worried about that.
Right.
My concern was I don't want to hug these people and I don't want them to touch me.
And I feel important to point out, because we pointed out how you don't like that at all, that my entire family are huggers.
That's what I was getting to.
We don't shake hands, we hug.
They wanted, yes.
Yeah.
They wanted to run a hug train. Okay.
Choo choo.
I was not letting it happen.
Well, and I'm not really a big hugger either. Like, I didn't. I had a little bit of that affection in my family growing up, but it wasn't a primary focus. Like, we just didn't really do that.
But you don't get awkward about it. You just don't care for it.
Yeah, right.
I get awkward and I panic.
Yeah.
So Jason sees the sheer panic that has hit my face. I know, everybody, this is why we need to record video. I've already heard it from everybody I work with. It's coming at some point.
It's coming at some point.
Anyway, I digress. He sees the mass panic on my face. So does my mom. And you guessed it, the stomach starts. And I'm like, oh, God. And I don't know this bathroom. And I'm panicking. And I think there's only one bathroom for all these people, so that made it the anxiety was even worse, okay?
And I got to say this is the first time you've told me that you got the burble Gertz.
Oh, no, you knew it.
No, you never told me.
Well, I don't think I have to tell you every time that my stomach is irritated.
I'm just saying.
Because I would be texting you all day, every day about it.
I'm just saying, like, a little bit of communication is key on these fucking stories.
I don't know why, because every time, instead of looking at me and like, honey, are you having a stomach issue? Like a nice, concerned husband, you look at me and go, did you just shit yourself?
Well.
Every time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a silent one. They are horribly deadly. I will own this.
I mean, Jesus Christ, the smell that comes out of your body, like, I don't understand.
I know I need an exorcism.
This is why you break fucking toilets when you go into places.
Don't throw that in my face.
Or throw it on the floor like the toilet at Kohl's.
Shut up. I'm not having it with you. Anyway, let me finish my story.
Okay, yeah. Can I finish?
I don't even remember. Oh, I need an exorcism for my bodily functions. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yes, that is Jason. Did you shit yourself? And I just recently snapped and said, can you not just be a little more polite and say, honey, did you fart? Like, I can even handle that. But you yell it in front of a ton of people, which we have another story about that.
Yeah.
When we were looking at houses.
Yeah, we'll save that one. Yeah.
Anyway.
The little idiosyncrasies after 9 years.
So my mom sees it.
yeah.
Jason sees it. They sandwich me shoulder to shoulder. And Jason's got his arm around me because he can feel it. I'm about ready to, like a raccoon backed into a corner. I'm running.
Yeah. You're looking for the next dumpster. Get me the hell out of here.
Like,
yep.
I need a bathroom. And none at the Pack-a-Sack, which is the worst name in the world for a gas station. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we were in the Indiana version of The Hills Have Eyes. But there was hay involved. Anyway. They sandwich me. I need to get this out or it's never going to happen. They sandwich me. Jason puts his arm strongly around me because he feels that I'm about to run. And I get, like, circled by his sister, whom I've never met. And he has twin sisters that they are both, God love their hearts, a 12 out of 10 every time. I don't think they know anything less than a 12.
Nope.
So
Nope.
anyway,
I don't think any of us do.
they're talking to me about COVID. I'm not here for it, whatever. She proceeds to tell me, because I'm pretty sure that they're 94 pounds soaking wet. No joke.
Like combined.
No.
No.
I'm
Don't-
being facetious. Come on now.
I know, but you don't need to be that dramatic here.
Calm down.
Anyway, proceeds to tell me about her mother-in-law in this other state likes to take her shopping because she's so small that it's like dressing a doll. And first of all, I'm already uncomfortable with this conversation because it's weird to me. I'm not here for it. And then she proceeds to tell me that people down there are big. And I stop and I'm like, I've really zoned in now. Jason's really gripped my arm because he knows it's happening. And I said, oh, yeah? And she goes, yeah, you know, they're large, they're chunky people.
And we're done.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a tiny woman by any stretch of the imagination. I'll be the first to tell you I'm chunky.
Chunky.
But I can say that. Some other people can say that. But a 94-pound woman soaking wet who's like 4'6" cannot call me chunky or use the term chunky in my presence. Like, Jason feels my blood boiling. My mom clearly knows what's happening. She starts pushing me out the door into Jason. And Jason's suddenly like, I gotta go smoke, let's go.
Yep,
And
I corralled you.
the two of them usher me out.
Yep, we gotta go. Time to go.
And we literally got in the car and left.
A few minutes later, yeah, we hung out a little bit longer. So
It wasn't long, I can tell you that. And so nobody but, obviously, my mom, Jason, her, somebody else, both sisters, and your dad had only heard this. And I was like, nobody's ever going to believe me. This just happened. We get outside, and I give Jason the look, and he's like, get in the truck. Don't even say a word. Get in the truck. He knew.
yeah,
He knew. And we rode home in silence. That's how angry I was.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell, obviously, my Jason and my mom, Brenda, who's a bitch, but we love her.
Crypt keeper.
And so I end up having way too many white trash drinks. More than likely trying to do the 4 Monaco challenge. If you know, you know. If you don't,
Which I do firmly believe we need to have that challenge on the podcast.
Oh my God.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
Monacos are like, I know they are the white trashiest drink, but they are amazing.
They're so good.
And there's 2 shots in every can. That's all I got to say to you. Anyway, fast
You
forward.
hear that, Monaco? I mean, we have an advertising spot here for you.
This chunky girl. Anyway, I think I may have had too many, and I decide to tell Jeremiah the story of how his sister called me chunky. So now, anytime something awkward's going on, what do you yell at me, Jeremiah?
Chunky.
Chunky. That is now the tag phrase. We've lovingly pieced it together as a tag phrase.
Well, and then, just so we are all on the same page, on New Year's Eve, I told your sister my version of what happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was a little mortified at first, then kind of awkwardly giggled, and then was like, okay.
Yeah. Because, of course, in her head, like my mom, when she was alive, like she didn't have a filter either with stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So if she come up to somebody, my mom would put her finger out and like poke your stomach, like, "Oh, you're a little chunky."
Just like zero, like.
Yeah, because in her head, that's okay.
Right.
Yeah, she's not pointing out a flaw; she's pointing out you. So, I mean, naturally, that's how we all pretty much were growing up. You know, that filter wasn't there, and
then by society standards, where we've crossed the line. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do get what you're saying.
So when I watched you tell my sister that in my kitchen, I could
on New Year's Eve.
The New Year's Eve, I could see it. I could see it because she turned to me later. Was like, I didn't know I offended her, and like the look on her face.
But I hugged her.
Yeah.
Everybody, because even though the initial sting of when I had no sleep, it had all worn off. It had become a big joke. I can take a joke. Like I can take a dick. I'm so sorry. That was inappropriate. Anyway, please.
That's what this podcast is. Let's be honest.
I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why that. Anyway. When I told her that, I did hug her and tell her it was all in good fun. And she knew, like, I was not mad.
Yeah.
But let's talk about how I thought her husband, who I didn't know was her husband, on New Year's Eve 2 years later, because he's a recluse and we never see him.
Yeah.
Thought he was with his mom.
Well, and the funny thing is, when this whole initial meeting happened at the house, he was there. He was there.
He was.
But because all this happened, like...
You went out too fast.
Well, yeah, I noticed him and got introduced. She was straight focused on the chunky comment.
Well, no, he's very awkward, and I am too. And two awkward people are not going to go up to each other. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so, like, he's way off in the distance. So, like, I got to meet him and introduce and whatnot, but she just had... Nope. She's gone. Just tunnel vision.
I had chunky tunnel vision.
Yep, chunky tunnel vision. That's what we're going to call it from now on.
Whoa.
The CT, chunky television. CTV. Anyway, I thought they were a couple because I didn't know who they were. Okay? I said a dirty joke. I made your sister laugh and then choke on her drink, which was part of the joke. Anyway, then I stopped and she said... That's my husband. And I said, well, you're welcome. I just taught her a skill. And then he said, this is my mother. And I said, I'm so sorry you had to hear that. And just got real awkward.
Hands go up.
And then, my hands went up. And I was just like, I started a nervous sweat. The stomach started. I'm not going to lie to you. And they introduced me. And her name was Mary to me.
Yeah. Which was not her name.
All night long she was Mary, and she fully committed and went with it. Mm-hmm. She was so cool about it. So anyway, I was like, Mary, you're my best friend.
Well, she probably was fearful that, like, if she corrected you, you would, like, take her out back and shank her or something. Like,
because of the whole chonky thing.
Yeah, like you were at a 10 on that one.
Hold up. You called her Mary all night?
You didn't know that?
Did you not know this?
And she went along with it?
Yeah.
Like, I thought you called her Mary once. And it was a corrected thing.
Well,
no,
it
she
was
never got corrected.
No, I did get corrected the one time, and I did not care.
Folks, after the ball dropped, that's when she got corrected.
Anyway, sir. Anyway, that was not okay. Can't with you. Anyway, I was corrected, but I was fully committed that her name to me was Mary. Okay? Then she went with it. I mean, full sail, she went with it. And so I kept going, Mary, you're my best friend. And she just giggled with me and hugged me, and she was the sweetest thing. She came up to me at the end of the night before I think we left, and she said, I have to tell you that I actually have a sister named Mary, and I have to tell her all about this interaction, and she's gonna die. And I was like, well, hopefully not literally, I'm just saying. And so she giggled, and she showed me a picture of her sister, and they do look a lot alike. She added me on Facebook, and as soon as she did, I said, Mary, my best friend. And nobody corrected me.
Nope.
On Facebook, nobody did.
Nope.
So we're best friends.
Wow.
I don't know if you knew that or not, but we're best friends. Mary, if you're out there, you're still my bestie.
That is awesome.
So,
I don't know how you missed that.
I don't know.
and this is honestly, this is one of the primary reasons why we wanted to create this podcast, and you wanted to create this podcast was, I mean, stories like this, the ridiculousness that is your life on a regular basis. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's hilarious. It's a blast. Like,
And I love it.
yeah.
And like, I don't want to be I hope I don't ever come off as one of those people that want to be like the loudest person in the room or the funniest. But like, I love to literally make people laugh. Like, it just feeds my soul in a weird way. Like, that sounds really weird, but that I don't know how.
Nom.
Okay, enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Later.
stop.
Anyways.
Jason. Stop. Anyway,
Oh, you should see the look she's giving me. Oh, Lord.
so anyway, I don't even, now you made me forget. I don't
Look,
even know where I was.
I know who's getting it later, and I don't think it's her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough, you two. I'm done.
So you were talking about how much enjoyment it gives you to,
Oh, yeah.
you know, make people laugh and
See, people, this is why he's behind my soundboard too.
Wait.
I just lost my attention.
Which I'm pretty sure that night plenty of us laughed.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure my sides hurt a couple times.
Oh yeah. It was a good time. It was a good night for me. Like, on a scale of like fun, like funniness, it was an 8 out of 10. Like, it was a good one for me.
Yeah.
And I literally love it, and it just makes me happy. Like, and I do tend to be the loudest person in the room, and I am obnoxious, but like, it does come from a good place, even though it never sounds like it or seems like it, everybody.
So if we're gonna tell some stories that really cause some enjoyment, I mean, you should probably tell the Halloween story.
Ladies and gents, I am 1,000% asking you if you are my family. I'm serious, turn it off.
Turn back now. Run away.
Like, I'm giving you a trigger warning. I'm telling you now. I'm going to give you a pause.
Are we going to the one I think we're going to?
Yeah, we're going there. Yeah.
Okay, can we have a moment of silence so they can turn it off?
Yeah. Pause, folks. Shut it off.
Okay.
So to be clear, this was the second time we actually came over to the house.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, this was just
Like-
the second time you guys had come over and hung out.
We had the ice breaking, meet everybody.
Yeah.
We talked for a while. That was good. That was a good visit, guys. All
Yeah.
right, high five. See
Yeah.
you later.
Good time.
And then we came over for the second visit,
Mm-hmm.
which is still not. I don't want to say it was still awkward, but it was still like a getting used to, getting to know.
Right.
And
Okay.
I decided to break the ice with that pickaxe. What is that? I'm Yukon Cornelius. Anyway, wow, I really took it back there. Hey, I'm impressed that I even knew his name.
Yeah, I am too. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie.
Anyway, I don't even remember mine most of the time.
Yeah.
So they come over, and it was Mom, aka Brenda, birthday. So
Oh, that's right. It was her birthday.
yes. So anyway, I have to tell you all the dirty details so you get the full version of how embarrassing, hilarious that this is, and how much my soul died this night. Okay, so just bear with me. And some of them are weird, I promise. If I work with you and you're gonna get uncomfortable, turn back now as well. So I was getting ready for Mom's birthday party. I came and took a real quick shower and did not have the time, nor did I want to wash my hair. Let's be honest. I don't want to do that ever.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any dry shampoo. So I had to go, the old school way and get out the baby powder. There's a reason I'm telling you guys. So I get it out and I go to get my underwear and I knock both on the floor. When I pick up my underwear, it was like a big poof, you know what I mean? Like, and it made me giggle because I'm 12 years old, and I was like, look at that. And so here we are. I get dressed, whatever, the night goes on. Oh, buddy, does the night go on. I decide to tell these people who are new friends, neighbors, family, whatever, who awkwardly want to hug me, the most intimate detail of my life.
Yeah, one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, one of them.
So
Who's sitting at the table?
it was you, one of your friends,
It was
like
your
childhood friend.
Yeah, and it was your cousin, Sean.
Yeah.
Was it Jesse or Justin? I think it was Jesse.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was Jesse.
Okay, it was him. So, him, your dad, my mom, Jason, myself, and who else? Was there anybody else?
Amber.
Amber.
Yeah.
And there were no kids around.
No, I think we were the only three that
Yeah.
walked there from our house.
Yeah, it was
Because it was
adults
later.
only.
It was later, yeah. So, I decide to proceed to tell them about how on Halloween, my husband decided of all the years we've been together to become the Cookie Monster, if you know what I mean.
No.
I'm not getting graphic. Don't start with me. Anyway,
Oh, wow.
I feel awkward saying certain words. I can't help it.
Why?
I don't know. Let me tell it how I want to tell it.
Tell it. Let's do it. Come on.
Thank you.
Okay. Folks, I got a mouthful. Anyways.
And I tried to not let this happen because all I could think in my mind, because apparently I have an inner monologue, you guys don't. I don't know. It's really weird to me. All I could think about is I cannot let him pry my knees apart like the jaws of life, because he's going to want to know why I smell like a newborn baby. And I don't know how to explain this situation that's about to happen. My soul has died a little bit in this moment. Apparently, that's when I let my guard down and he pried thunder and lightning apart. So...
But the one thing for me, like, it
he had no idea.
Yeah, no clue.
This is all me, just sheer panicking.
no clue. I'm just like, hey, fresh and clean. All right, let's rock and roll.
I'm just panicking. I can't help it. This is who I am as a person. Anyway. Things happen. Somehow, he turns. I don't know what was happening, really, because at this point, I'm just dying a little bit. And he has pinned me down on accident, but I am triangled, like, squished between his knees. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I have a knee on either side of my ear. My arms are down. I can't move. And I'm just like, I'm trapped. I'm feeling like a caged animal. But I can't do anything.
Still focusing on the baby butt smell.
Yeah, I think I was.
Freaking out.
Panicking for no reason, you know, the way I like to do life. And the next thing I know, Jason so kindly decides to shove his dick in my mouth. Again, I'm so sorry, guys, but I have to tell you all of it.
I'm not sorry.
Anyway.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm not sorry.
I'm not prepared.
It was a good time.
Like, she wasn't ready at all. And I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. At this point, I am full-blown panicked. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of the situation. I don't know what to do, literally with my hands.
Because they were pinned.
Yeah. So, I then feel like I can't breathe, and I'm starting to gag. I know most men think this is hilarious. I don't understand why. Anyway, please don't tell me. I don't want to know. Anyway, I go to breathe through my nose, and for lack of better words, Jason's ball sack gets suction cupped to my nose like just saran wrap. And I can't breathe out of my mouth, obviously, because he's got a whole nother situation happening than I'm living. Like, he's living his best life, and I'm thinking, literally, in my mind at that moment, this is how I die. Like, this is how I go. I can't imagine my obituary. Like, local woman dies by ball sack suffocation. Like, what? How do you explain that? Okay?
I mean, I would have figured out an obituary.
Well, I know, but I wouldn't have been here to okay it.
Well,
And that wasn't okay with me.
Of course, that was the bigger concern.
Yeah.
It totally was.
Yeah.
Do not judge me. You know it was. Because I just sheer holy terror has happened. He still has no idea that this is happening. And then he flips over, and I'm like, and he's like, yeah, I know. It was good, wasn't it? And I was like, uh-huh. Next thing I know, my knees are sandwiched to my ears, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I am chunky. I do not bend this way.
Yeah.
And for some
Yeah, you
reason,
do.
he thought I was bendy flexy.
You were.
Well, yeah, because you forced it. And while you're forcing it, everything from my midsection up is pushed against my throat where I cannot breathe. So now I'm suffocating myself on accident. And I'm at the point where I'm like, I think we're almost there. If we're there, I'm just going to let it go. Like, I'm going to let it happen. But if we're not, like, I'm going to have to, like,
Breathe.
I'm going to have to make it stop. Oh, wait, we're good. And spots start happening. And he moves and I can breathe. And I do not die, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, no. Before you go any further, let me reiterate. This story is being told the second time that we've met you and most of your family.
Yes.
Over at the house.
7 months later, after it happened.
Yeah, after it happened. Now,
Within, 5 minutes of you getting home from work?
yeah, within 5 minutes of me getting home from work, it was a surprise. Everybody's over at the house. No big deal. It is what it is.
I wasn't working.
However, while it was the second time we had met, this was the first time I had heard the story or knew that I had almost asphyxiated my wife.
With your ball sack.
Right.
Because,
And
look,
you all had to find out together?
Yeah, we found out together as one big fucking happy family.
But you know what I found out, though? That story killed.
Oh, yeah. Almost you.
That's,
Oh my God.
I did walk into that one.
Yeah,
but,
you did.
But also, like, that, it was up there with Cole's suddenly.
Yeah.
Look, I tell you right now, I don't think any of us at the table weren't dying laughing really hard.
Oh, yeah. And what am I doing sitting at the end?
And hold on. and it wasn't until I don't know how much later we found out that was your first time hearing it,
Yeah.
Jason.
First time for everything. Yep.
But looking down at you, because obviously we're all going to look at you every once in a while, because like you're
Yeah.
the character in the story too.
Yeah.
We looked down at you.
Oh, he was
and-
there? I had no idea.
Right. And all Jason has is this smirk on his face with a kind of a laugh going on and shaking his head like, "Yep, that's what happened. That's what happened." And we didn't know that he was playing it off so well, and that was his first time hearing it.
Because I am 12 years old and I can literally talk to anyone, like face to face, anyone about anything at any point in time.
The filter just comes completely down.
Except for I'm 12. I cannot talk to my husband about sex. But I can talk about it with anybody else. I do not know what's wrong with me. This lady, this is not a joke. I'm a weirdo. I don't know what to do with it. Where are my hands?
And maybe I don't want to sound mean, but I think it's kind of funny that you can't talk about, especially that severity to your
But
husband.
I can tell an entire
To
group
all
of
of us.
strangers,
Yep.
plus him, because I had more people there.
But I have learned this over the years, and hence why I sat at the end of the table with a smirk on my face, knowing, well, I'm going to have questions later. Son of a bitch.
And then when we finally found out that it was your first time hearing it is when we heard it for the second time. I think we were maybe in my living room.
Because you guys were like, you gotta tell it.
Yeah.
You gotta tell
we-
him.
You know, it was
We
just
forced it.
growing. We had more friends come over, making
Oh,
new
yeah.
friends. It's the perfect friend-making story. Folks, I almost killed my wife during 69. Just saying. Almost killed her.
Yep. But look, I'm telling you right now, if you want an icebreaker for
Jesus.
new friends to really step inside the circle,
to weed them out.
Yeah,
You mean,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
see if they can really handle me. We don't need to get 10 friend dates in.
No.
I can just eliminate
One.
you with this one
Yeah.
story.
One.
Yeah. If
15 minutes.
if you're not in for that story and don't laugh hysterically at it,
Then you're gone. You
get
can't.
the hell out of my house.
That's a good story. That's
so-
not even the worst of the worst, y'all.
I remember you telling the story again. I don't remember who was there this time, but what I do remember is we were all laughing, and then Jason chimes in yeah, And that was the first time I ever heard it.
I know. Out of nowhere.
It was a mic drop moment because literally everybody looked around like, what the hell?
The room went dead silent and everybody's mouths dropped, and I was like, and I was the only one going like, like, surprise.
And I remember looking at you and actually repeating, the first time?
Yep. That is the first time, ladies and gentlemen.
You looked at me and I just smiled because I was awkward. Like, way to call me out in a group of people that I just met.
I thought for sure you would have told him way before you told any of us.
No. Everything's literally a surprise to everyone, including myself.
Yeah. Multiple personalities, you know.
Not diagnosed. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, I want to segue into the other. It's a like little clip it story, but I really was thinking about it the other day, and I was laughing. And I knew that this would bring up some good times. Mm-hmm. So we went on vacation with them. This is the first vacation we'd ever been on with another couple.
In my lifetime, it's the first time I've ever been with another couple.
And mine as well. And mine as well.
In general.
I know your guys' no, but ours, both of ours. Anyway, we stayed at a house. It was very, very nice. Mm-hmm. But just to set the scene here, the main room was a kitchen and a living room, and that was it.
One big open space.
Yeah, and then on either end was 2 bedrooms, and they each had their own bathroom.
I think I know where this is going.
So, in case you guys haven't picked up, I'm like a teenager. I sleep in. I would love to sleep till 11. I'm surrounded by all these old people who get up at 6 o'clock every morning.
Or earlier,
Jason.
And and your wife. You both were... I was the last one to get up every single morning. And one morning, I even got up at 8.
True.
No, it was 7:45. And I was still the last one up. And I'm like, what have you guys been doing all these other hours while I was sleeping? Man, that sucks. Anyway.
I can't help it.
The one day I wake up early at 7:45, it's because I have to pee. Because I'm pretty sure that's the night he punked out on me.
On the 4
Monaco challenge that
I did.
He dished to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and he had been training for it. And you know you were.
Been training. He drew the line in the sand. He was like, it ends today.
And then he punked out on me. Yeah. But anyway, I wake up at 7:45.
I drank 3. Just to be clear, I drank 3.
I did all of them.
Hey.
Plus an extra.
If you don't get to the finish line, you don't finish the race.
Okay, moving on.
Just saying.
You're not hurt at all.
Zero butthurt.
Yeah. Anyway, so I wake up, and I wake up because I have to so badly pee. And Jason, being the papaw he is, it's his pooping time.
It's my morning routine, ladies and gentlemen.
And
every day.
He's occupying his bathroom, and their door is shut. And I'm 90% sure I thought I heard the shower, which we found out later I did hear the shower.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Little business.
So I was sure as heck not coming to ask them, hey, can I come in and pee? So I panicked.
Yeah, that would have been really awkward.
Yeah, I know. Like, I would have rather have my bladder burst, which that can happen, and then ask them to come in there to pee.
I don't want to know how we know that.
Grey's Anatomy. That sounds really bad coming from a nurse, but it is true because I looked it up. I didn't believe it.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I'm not a Grey's Anatomy fan, so don't come at me. So anyway, I go outside of this cabin. It's in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We all know how they're set up. There's no yard. It's mountain drop-off road. And I have to pee, and I grew up in the country. Like, if you gotta go that bad, you go. So I get the brilliant idea, because our room was on where the road was, and yours was on the side where the woods was.
And set the stage. It's early enough in the morning where it's still pitch black outside.
Well, the sun is starting to come up.
Yeah.
And the front of the balcony to get around to where the side yard was, because the back end of it was it was mountain. Like, there was no yard there. I had to very tightly walk on the edge of the balcony and the cliff in front of us to get to the side yard, right?
Yep.
Well, the sun, it's bright enough that if somebody drives by, they're going to hit me with indecent exposure. I'm here to tell you, this chunky white girl out here squatting and peeing in the front yard, okay? So I try to get over to the side, And as soon as I go to drop my pants, the motion light comes on. And I'm like, oh shit, I bet they have cameras like the Airbnb owners. I gotta go. Like, I can't be here. I tried to come around the front porch again, like on the ledge of the mountain, to get on the other side because I'm like, I don't know what to do. It hits me so bad that I have to pee. Like, if I don't pee, I'm just gonna pee myself.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be an extra cleanup. Like, I'm just
It's
not
a whole nother
clean up on aisle
situation.
10.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I just have to squat right then and there. I'm pretty sure the Airbnb owners, because it ended up being right in front of the front door, down on the ground where the balcony was.
Oh, right where the ring camera was.
Yeah, I know. They were like, what the?
I kind of
she
want
did
to
it.
dig that up and like see if I can message them and say, hey, do you have video saved from this date to this date?
From this time to this time.
Yeah, from this time to this
We only
time.
need that clip.
That would be phenomenal.
Like, I feel really bad for them. My white ass mooned them. Like, and I am so sorry if you had to see that, anybody. So I'm like, this, like, bridesmaids hit me. I'm like, this is happening. This is happening. And I'm peeing and it's happening. And I'm squatted down, not thinking anything about it because I have to go so bad that I look up and realize my face is hanging over the cliff. Mm-hmm. And the panic sets in. And I'm like, if I go over, they're never going to find me.
I mean, there might be a little piddle trail, but
Nobody's going to pick up on that. Well, maybe. I don't know. But, like, y'all will be like, oh, Elissa wandered away again. Like, nobody would look for me probably for days.
I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no, but most likely we would look for you.
Yeah, so
It would come eventually.
I panic. And what do? I fall backwards, bare ass, right square down into the pea gravel, and my butthole went. And I had to get my chunky butt up, which I had to roll over to get up on all fours. Like, I'm like, they're probably out there like, what is this mountain lion? Oh my God, it's a woman. Is that a woman? Like,
Mommy, is that a white bear?
excuse me, I'm so sorry. I feel like a little marshmallow man from Ghostbusters.
Well, what would have been even crazier is the reason why they have the motion lights on the backside of the house is in case you have wildlife like
Because
bears.
of bears.
So what would have happened? Did you think this through?
No, I did, because this is what happened. When I went to drop the first time and the motion light came on, I thought, oh God,
There's a bear.
there's a bear, because we've been 9 years
Yeah.
and we've never seen a bear.
Yeah.
This would be the time.
But
Yeah.
everybody else around us has always seen one every time they go. And I'm like, I did, because as soon as it hit, I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
There's a bear behind me. And I don't have my gun. Ladies and gentlemen, I said it. I don't want to hear anything about it. That's what I thought in that moment, that I thought I was going to get eaten by a bear.
Nothing like being in Tennessee, getting in a hot tub with your firearm.
Woman gets mauled by bear while pants down in the side yard.
All caught on a Ring camera.
Yeah. Only found by a trail of pee.
Airbnb owners, if you print out a copy of any one of those pictures from that scene, she'd be willing to sign that.
Just autograph. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so. I truly, to God, hope that is not out there floating around somewhere. But I have the feeling it might be. I don't know.
It's very possible. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Make sure to share and like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Adventures of E, and on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Adventures of E. See you next time.